the Governor's Action Team, or GAT, as we are affectionately referred to in economic development circles, I like to describe as sort of the front line of the Commonwealth's economic development activities. By that I mean, you've heard my counterparts speak of a number of resources that are available to businesses and communities through the Department of Community and Economic Development. Our agency then engages directly with the executives of businesses who are interested in establishing a new business presence in the state, expanding existing operations that they might have in the state. And also we tend to get involved in much more frequently these days in situations where companies are considering either a downsizing or even a complete closure of their operations in the Commonwealth. Organizationally, we're housed within the Department of Community and Economic Development, but as the name would imply, we are a direct extension of the Governor's office. And having served under 5 governors in my 20-year tenure in economic development with the Commonwealth, I can tell you that there is no more hands-on involved governor in the field of economic development than Edward Rendell. He daily will prompt me to give him an opportunity to pick up the phone, call a company that we're working with, literally cajole them into agreeing to come to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and makes a compelling argument for that with his strong pro-business climate that he's looking to foster in the Commonwealth. Our staff consists of about 24 professionals that are essentially project managers, work a portfolio of projects with companies that are interested in the areas that I described. We're headquartered at our central office in Harrisburg, and then also deployed through 5 regional offices around the state, literally in the 4 corners of Erie, Scranton, Philadelphia, and Pittsburgh, and then a central office in Union County. I tend to describe the services that we can provide as falling into 3 broad categories. The first is really in providing whatever information a company might need in order to make an informed assessment of Pennsylvania and its communities as a place to do business. And this can range from responding to 200-page requests for proposals from the professional services firms who work as site selection consultants for many of the projects that we engage in, to simply answering a checklist of questions from a company thinking about an expansion. Generally, that involves things such as providing information about available sites and buildings across the Commonwealth that might meet the technical requirements of a new business development. We operate through our office a database that maintains over 1,000 listings of available properties across the state, and describe information such as the overall size, ceiling heights, rail service, et cetera, so that we can quickly identify properties that would meet the technical requirements of the projects we work with. In addition to helping with site selection, we can help companies understand the availability of infrastructure, whether the utilities that they require to do their project can be provided at a particular site, whether their transportation needs can be met, very importantly, whether their workforce needs can be met. The second area of assistance that we provide is we serve, in theory, as a one-stop shop and coordinate the involvement of any other Commonwealth agencies in the economic development process. Some of the more obvious examples of that would be working closely with the Department of Environmental Protection in terms of securing whatever environmental permits a project might require, or with the Department of Transportation to address any road improvements that might be necessary to accommodate a new project. Department of Labor and Industry, who can provide help in identifying and screening applicants for job opportunities with a company, and also the Department of Revenue to make sure a company understands what the state business tax implications would be of locating in the state. And then the third and final piece is that our office is basically the gateway to all of the economic development incentives that can be provided to companies. It is our responsibility to work with companies, understand their projects, and understand where those dollars can be deployed in the most beneficial fashion to a project. Obviously, we work on average 400 to 500 projects per year through my office. We certainly can't respond to the needs and wishes of every company, so again, it's a matter of managing the resources that we do have in a way that positions us in the most favorable way as possible to try and win a project while facing the reality of the limited resources that we have.